review family? Keep it. Time, my name is Jay Morris, the review guy, and I'm back again to bring you another video. And in this one, I'm going to be covering the new Fallujah album entitled Undying Light. Fallujah is an extreme metal band from San Fran, California, and this is their 4th studio-length album. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't like the Flesh Prevails. I know that a lot of people do, I know a lot of people don't, but I personally cannot get into that album. And then when they released their follow-up to that album entitled Dreamless, it really built upon the reasons that I didn't like the Flesh Prevails. Technical death metal, progressive death metal, deathcore, whatever you want to call them. Whatever you want to call it, Fallujah plays around in a technical death metal style with very meticulous playing, sometimes robotic and mechanical feeling playing, drums that feel like they are literally beating just metal, guitars that sometimes apply a little bit of distortion and melody, but for the most part feel so well put together and so well comprised that it's hard to believe a human's doing it. Literal bass that sounds like it's not even in the mix most of the time, save for a few moments. Vocals that are extremely one-dimensional for the genre. This is the type of album that would impress someone that has heard not more than 5 technical death metal albums. And perhaps that sounds really rough, perhaps that sounds really, rude and harsh, but that's honestly the truth. For the most part, I did not get much out of this from a technical death metal standpoint, except for a few things. The opening track, Glass House, and the one that follows it closely, Last Light, really have some busy guitars and busy drums going toe-to-toe. The drums are monstrous, ferocious, and visceral, and the guitars are sometimes dissonant, but very cutthroat, and I love the harmful melodies and harmonious passages that these guitars come through with. They sound demented, but they also sound sticky and catchy at a lot of points. Something that a lot of technical death metal bands that dabble in that melodicism really come through with. The elusive bass pops up on Ultraviolent right in the intro, and it's audible, it's there, it adds this nice ringing in the background, but then it goes away and it's hard to hear in the mix, it gets drowned out. All of my problems with previous Fallujah albums come through on this one in spades. I think it is super over-compressed. It is super over-equalized. I hate the mix on this album. It is so loud, and not loud in the type of way where it's like a metal album or like a noise rock album or a noise metal album or a grindcore album. It's not noisy in that way. It's so loud that it saps any bit of human playing that might have been on this album that you could hear. None of it feels organic. It feels so digital that there is no flair left, and it's a shame because the instrumentation is flashy and it is boasting a lot of nice ideas, nice melodies, nice chuggy riffs and drum beats. The vocals are one-dimensional, but everything is so precisely and flawlessly mixed that there is just nothing left, and it just feels like a husk, a hollow husk with just nothing in it. To the point where it gets tedious and mundane to listen to, especially as you get near the stretch of like the midway point of some of those deep cuts. It gets unbearable. And not only that, but I think this album does something that the others don't. I think it falls off in the quality that they're trying to do. I think as you get into these deep cuts, as you get into the middle, the quality's falling off. They are repeating a pattern. They are repeating a formula, and you're going to understand that very quick, not only if you've heard other Fallujah albums, but if you're listening closely to this one. You have the same melodies, just played in a little bit of a different way. The drum beats get really old very fast, even though they were flashy and monstrous to begin with. The vocals get absolutely unbearably predictable, going from these black metal-esque shrieks and these guttural death metal growls. There's so much that's left to be desired from this album that it just doesn't deliver. Not only was this an unenjoyable listen as I got into it, it was a disappointing listen because I hoped Fallujah was going to come through with something that I was going to be able to enjoy a little bit more than their previous works, but I enjoyed this less than their previous works, and this is one of the most disappointing albums that I have heard this year, period, and I just hope that Fallujah does a little bit more going forward. There were some good ideas, they were just executed poorly in my opinion. I'm going to be giving this album a 3 out of 10, and that is a wrap. Please stay for the end screen. I'll link some videos you might be interested in. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. I'll talk to you guys next time. My name is Jay Morris, the review guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.